Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Masterpiece You Are YouTube series. And during this series, we're doing a series on the HIT retreat, Healing and Truth Retreat. And I have Mercedes here with me, and she's going to share her story about how and why she decided to get involved with the HIT retreat. She's going to be one of the practitioners there helping. And so I'm just going to turn it over to you, Mercedes, and let you share with everyone a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am Mercedes, and I own my own business, High Point Massage. In Elk City, I do mobile massage therapy, and I'm married. I have two kids, and I have joined this retreat because it's nice to have a group of women to be able to confide in, and just to be able to reach out to when you need it. What this retreat is going to be so great because there's people like you are going to be speaking. It's pretty exciting. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about the brain and how that affects a lot of different things. And yeah, I'm just really, really excited about this.
Yeah, I love it so much. And massage is so helpful and healthy. Like, there's a lot of people when they've gone through traumas, they have an adversity to being touched. And so,
Yes.
can you share a little bit about, that aspect and how healing touch can be so helpful to individuals?
So with touch, it releases a lot of different hormones in the body. And so we need to know that it is okay to be touched in a safe way. We need to know that there is a way that you can go about being massaged still, because it is helpful in the recovery process. I will give a presentation a little bit about that at the retreat. I don't want to go into too much details, but um, it's really good for the mind, the body, and the soul. I mean, that we build up so much with trauma that we hold it all in and we need to find a release. And massage
Yes.
is one of those ways.
Yes, I love that so much. There's so much great research today on somatics and how it gets trapped into the body, and there's breath work that we can do, but there's also healing touch that we can do, and that's so beautiful. And I've known many people over the years that have gone through when they're working on their traumas, and then they went in and did some healing massage, and as they did, like memories would pop up that they would release again and things like that that maybe got stuck in other parts of their body. So it's not just our mind where trauma gets stuck, it's also in lots of our body parts. And so releasing that can give such a relief to the body. And we also know that when the body has stored lots of trauma, that it creates inflammation. Can you share a little bit about that?
So the inflammation in the body, if you're not hydrated, it can make it worse. If you get massages, we actually eliminate the toxins that are in your muscles and we release those. That's why we always say drink lots of water because
Yeah.
we get that into your bloodstream and we work it out. And whenever you release those negative toxins in your body, it just also releases so many other endorphins that can boost your mind.
Yes, yeah, so beautiful. And also, I know with massage, one of the things I know my massage therapist says, I love massages. I go about every other week, just because I know it's healthy and helpful and important for me. Even as a trauma counselor, it's important for me to release those things out of my body as well,
Right.
so I don't contain them. But I know, with the massage therapists that I've had, the ones that are amazing and great, the one thing is they always say you're in control. Like if
Absolutely.
how, what type of touch feels right, where do you want to be massaged, how much clothing you want to have on, those kinds of things. It's really important to be with a massage therapist who makes you feel safe in those. You want to share a little bit about that?
One thing that is really great about mobile massage, like I do, is I go into their home, which I know that a home can also be a trigger for some people. But at the same time, I come to your environment. You get to pick the music. You get to pick what gets massaged, what does not. I mean, it
Mhm.
can be as minimal as I don't want my feet touched.
Mhm.
Okay, well, we don't have to do that. We can work around that. That's
Ah,
not an issue.
yeah.
The clothing, I always make sure that my clients are aware that they can wear whatever they need to, even if they need to be fully clothed. I can work around that. I am a different
Yeah.
type of therapist. I
Yeah.
want my clients to know that they are in control at all
I love that.
times.
I love that so much. And that's really what we want to create those safe spaces, and which is why we're doing the Healing and Truth Retreat.
Yes, it's going to be
So
great.
yeah, I'm so excited. Besides Mercedes gonna, give some massages too while we're there for those who would like to do that, and also talk a little bit more about healing touch and that. And I'm so excited to hear her talk about that. We're gonna have a lot of fun too. We're gonna dance. We're gonna talk about how music affects the brain and body and do some of that. We're gonna talk about the programming in the brain and how to rewire and to create a healing space. We're going to talk about the inner child and working on some of the inner child work. We're going to have some meditations. We have Hannah Olivas coming and talking about Sheconomy, which is about women in business and what that means for all of us around the world, and how to find your place and your voice in the world and your tribe. And so I love it so much. We got a comedy show. Oh, I'm just
Yes,
so
it's
excited.
going to
Oh, and
be
we got
fantastic.
animals, animals. Natasha's,
I'm so
yeah,
excited about that. That's
yeah.
touch too.
Yes, yeah. So excited about all the different things that we're going to get to shower people with so much love during this time. And is there something besides massage for yourself that you use for relieving stress in your life that you go, this is a tool that I love and I would encourage anyone to use?
Oh, I am early on in my healing journey.
That's okay.
So I just want everybody to know that it is okay to start now.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
it is okay, and so what I've done is I have confided in my friends in this circle. This circle has
Yeah.
helped me beyond words. And I would have to say that without God, I wouldn't be here either. I've confided in Him. I've started reading the Bible,
Yeah.
um, going to church. It has been a community of people that have helped in ways that they don't even know. So,
Yeah. Oh, thank you for sharing. And I just want everyone who's hearing and seeing this to know, it doesn't matter what stage you're at. You can be out there and helping the world, and you can also have your own traumas and triggers. And so no matter what stage you're at, this is a retreat that can help you. And also always know that when you're in these places and spaces, find a healthy support group of friends. Um, there's tons of ways to connect with individuals. If you're not sure how to find them, connect with us and we'll help you find
yes,
a group to connect with, right? The other is, find a good counselor or coach, especially when you're dealing with certain types of traumas. I really encourage EMDR, somatic work, TFT, EFT, those kinds of things are so helpful for individuals while they're going through it and can make the transition a little smoother.
oh,
When you find individuals who are trained in those modalities, especially EMDR, I can't say enough about it. Grateful and thankful. Brain spotting is another, and it's came out of EMDR. But seeking and knowing that when you're working with individuals that they're certified in some of those different areas, because it can be hard, and it's not that these are easy things to go through. But I can say the journey on the other side is so worth it, and I appreciate your vulnerability of sharing those kinds of things because it's true that sometimes, it's when you start doing the work and helping others that you realize, you know what? I still need to work on some of this stuff. I put it away for a while and now it's time for me to work on this stuff too. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just many times we go into survival mode, and that survival mode still means that you're a warrior. You're a warrior. You're a warrior who you survived during that time because, your brain said, we got to put all this stuff aside and we got to move into moving until we just kind of, you know, pretend like this didn't happen is what a lot of people do, right? And then later on down the road, they're like, okay, all right, it's time I deal with this because of different triggers that pop up here and there. And they're like, oh, so I can't just pretend like it didn't happen. It's not like, reading a chapter in a book and moving to another chapter and it goes away. There's still brain fragments, there's still body fragments, and
Yeah.
and as we go through and we start opening those doors to healing, there's more and more ways that we get healed into a place where then we begin thriving. And so
Right.
then the triggers aren't as bad. And I can say that for myself. There's still times I've been a counselor for over 30 some years and I worked with thousands of people with trauma over the years. And I teach this every day. And there's still things every once in a while that will trigger me in a way. And sometimes that's even a family member or a friend that they didn't intentionally do it. But today, because of where I'm at, I'm aware of it and I'm able to go, oh, I see you. I know where that comes from. And I'm able to work on it differently than I would have, years ago and gone, oh, nobody's safe. No, the world isn't safe. And so for those listening, I just want to share, I've been there. And, just like Mercedes talking about, sometimes there's times when it's like, whew, this is a lot. And just to open that up is like opening up a shook up soda bottle. And as you're opening it up, it's like, ooh, it feels like if I open this, that like I think my insides are just gonna all come out.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and the truth is they do. It's messy. It's messy in the middle, but it's not your fault. You're not a bad person. You're not broken. You have spent a lifetime of surviving, and now it's time to create a space for cleaning that stuff out and then creating a space for thriving, being that warrior to thrive. And it takes both. I always say, um, be a leader and a mentor for people, but also have people that you mentor because there's somebody 5 steps behind you who's
Yeah.
looking for someone to say, hey, I can relate. Here's what you can do. So never feel like you don't have the education, you don't have the training. Like if you're 5 steps in front of that person's like, oh, okay, that helps. I can do that.
Right.
And so just I love this so much. Thank you for sharing that, Mercedes.
You're welcome. And what sparked it for me was not only the retreat, but something happened to my daughter, and it was not anything serious, but it was serious enough to bring attention to me that I needed to heal in order to help her. You
Yeah.
know, so I had to do this not only for me but for her, and I want her to know that mommy will fight for her.
Yes. Yeah, I love that. And that's really the truth is we are working to change the legacy. And whether or not you have kids or not, um, when you get healed and when you start, being that person who's that advocate, you're changing the legacy for your family. You're changing the legacy for the world for generations to come because, that opening up and talking about it instead of going, oh, no, we just keep this a secret. No. For too long, we've created in this world that mental health is a stigma. And, it's so sad because I feel like we need to shift and change the word to brain health because people are so triggered by the word mental health. Because
Right.
mental health is the same as brain health. It's a brain health when we're doing mental health. It's helping clear out the mess that's in there that's been programmed, the traumas, the triggers, and helping rewiring so that we can thrive. And yet we have such a stigmatism that like, oh, well, a person goes to mental health, doesn't that mean they're crazy? No, we all need mental health. We all need brain health. We all need to be working on emotional intelligence, which is part of mental health and brain health, right? We all need to learn that it's okay when somebody does something that they shouldn't, that we teach our kids to say, no, that's not okay, that we teach our kids it's okay to come and tell us when something
Yeah.
happens, and those kinds of things. So we need to be advocating for these kinds of things. And so it's just going to be so much fun. I'm so excited about this whole journey. So if you're listening to this and you're on the fence, Mercedes, what would you tell them?
Come join us. We're going to
Yeah.
have a great time. Yes, we're going to get into the rough stuff, but at the end of the day, we're going to have a great time and we're going to heal together.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. And the healing in truth is opening up the truth, being authentic and saying, this happened. And I have a safe space that I can come and talk to with other people. No judgment, but just love. Just love each and every
Yes,
person who's
so much
listening
love.
here. Just know there's so much love for you. You're not too far gone. You're not too old. You're not too broken. You're not too young. Some people think, oh, well, maybe I'm too young for that kind of retreat, or maybe I'm too old for that kind of retreat. No, you're just
Yes.
perfect. If it's calling on your heart, then you're just perfect. And, we just want to love on you and help you to know that you're worthy, you are enough, and you can live beyond the brokenness. And when we heal, it's a different level. You start bringing in different people into your life as we heal, those people who are in healing spaces. When we don't heal, as I was visiting with a gentleman who has a call on his heart, and he works with individuals with a program called She's My Daughter. And I loved hearing his story because he was saying, I teach men how to treat their daughters. I teach men, what it's required, and it's never too late to do those. And in our conversation, all I could think is, this is exactly what we need. We need us as women to come together, but we also need men to come together to create a place that's healthy of changing the world to where violence is no longer tolerated, and in a way where we level up and coming into a place of saying, look, it's time to say no, to take a stand, to heal, so that as we move forward, we teach our kids what healing looks like, what being in a place and space of being able to live in that healing space looks like, because you do call in different things into your life when that happens than we do when we're not healed. And when we're not healed, you know, um, all kinds of things. We can go into addictions. We can go into, um, suicidal ideations. We can go into self-deprecate. We can go into, I've worked with people who've got into cutting, all those different things. And they're just all forms, emotional eating, all kinds of things, anorexia, all these things that create this place of, I don't know what to do with this stuff. So I'm just looking for a way to deal with it. They're all coping mechanisms. Alcohol, drugs, all those things. They're just coping mechanisms because we're not dealing with the problem. And when we clean all that up, then it's like, wow, I feel like this different person that
Yeah.
um just feel so whole, and that I'm worthy of all these great things. And let me just say, for anybody listening, you already are worthy. Nobody has to make you worthy. You're worthy. So come be a part of the Healing and Truth Retreat. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to love you. We're going to teach you some tools and skills to take with you. And that is September 20th and 21st. And it's in Weatherford, and there'll be a link below. And also, if you can't come to this one, we're going to do these on the regular about every quarter. We're going to be doing some of these. So if you're like, man, I really wanted to go, but for whatever reason I couldn't, then know that we're going to have these. Also, if you're needing childcare, one of our team members found a place for childcare at one of the local churches. So, there isn't a reason that you can't come. We want to love you.
We do. We really do. And we want, if it's calling you, we want you.
Yeah. So Mercedes, tell people how they can connect with you if they want a mobile massage.
So I have a Facebook page, and it is 5 Point Massage LLC.
Okay.
And you can either do that, or you can contact my personal page. I have a lot of people just contact my personal page, and it's Mercedes Danae Smith. Um, but yeah, I would love to have you as a client and treat you the way that you need to be treated.
I love that. I love that. So awesome. So wonderful. Thank you for this time, Mercedes. And for
Yes, ma'am.
everybody listening, be blessed and be a blessing. Until next time.